Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshippimg.co.uk from the historic city of Chester. We're here for the weekend to see the inland waterways and the rich in history town which is adjacent to one of the most important areas of the United Kingdom, Liverpool and Manchester, great shipping and seafaring areas, Ellesmere, the Manchester Canal, and you name it. The markets in this 42nd recapitulation have gone up, and the dry Baltic index, the BDI, has closed up 4 points at 1,428, regaining the 4 points it lost on Wednesday to Thursday, and that's a total of 236 points since last week's closing of 1,192 points. As we have said, volatility is an important aspect of the markets, and the Cape size, which are responsible for this volatility, closed up 18 points since yesterday, Thursday the 30th of October. They closed at 3,552 points. This is an overall 1,130 points. Believable, not unbelievable. The Baltic Panamax index closed up 11 points at 1,233, which is also up 102 points since last week's 1,102 points. Again, not bad. Coming now to the BHI, the Baltic Shipping Index was up just 1 point at 892 points, but that's an overall minus 8 points since last week closing at 900 points. So again, we have the drop here, which the same happens at the BHSI, which closed at 467 points, which is down 5 points last week, and an overall 22 points since the last closing at 489 last week. So we have now 819 points apart, a difference from December's 2013 closing of the Baltic Dry Index at 2,247 points, which is 36% less. There's a long way to go. Let's hope, of course everybody hopes, but hope is one thing, reality is yet another, that the index, it might go close to the 2,000 point. It's a big question mark. The markets are changing. The wets at 795 points, they were up 18 points, and the cleans there were down 2 points at 743, and overall they were up, which is a very good thing to think, and imagine that the meteorological offices worldwide are predicting a bad winter. This of course will trigger the rising of the rates of tankers, and it might bring a bit up the rates in the dry markets. What is worrying though, because it's not just the rates, it's the finance here, is we have shadow financing in the world banking industry, which of course has entered the shipping industry with the funds, etc. They are less regulated, these new instruments from the banks, but they are safer, and of course the banks with their own policy, they have found their nemesis, and it's more to come. On the world stage now, the Ebola makes waves. Middle East, wow, here we're going to see something unfolding very, very serious. So, one question in the Middle East, and particularly the conflict in Syria and Iraq, is the role of Turkey. Is Turkey willing to support the alliance, or it has other designs? The religious wars are very tricky. And of course, it's the generals on the battlefield, the air marshals, and the admirals who have the last word, if we let them do it the right way. Libya, still in a mess, very simply. Europe, tremendous economic problems here. and add the Ukrainian saga with Poroshenko and his prime minister gaining together 40–45% of the vote, it's not enough. And of course, the deal brokered by the European Union on the energy thing is one thing, whether Ukraine is able to pay is yet another. So that's important. On the Far East, the Hong Kong saga continues, and this is also very important. I mean, I don't know how things they will evolve, but this is important. The World Travel Market is under portals starting on Sunday, the 2nd of November. Many other events are coming up, like the expected 4th International Capital Link event on shipping and offshore on the CSR. The interesting, as always, IMIF dinner on the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. And as this week is surrounded by the Halloween, we expect Jim Davis's jokes to be, as usual, the best and lift up the mood. Other issues which we have to have in mind is, of course, the well-being of the world, and in particular the support we show always to the tourist industry. The tip for these week holidays is the island of Crete, south in Greece, where the temperatures are the best for the season, and I'm sure many white collars and why not the rest of the world can follow and enjoy themselves in the Cretan atmosphere. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk from the historic town of Chester,